Called in today and called a liar for why. The company I work for right now is pretty awful for how it treats employees overall. We deliver packages and now of course is the busy season. It was supposed to have started being super busy over a month ago but didn't due to the economy. Last night my boyfriend proposed. So my now fiancé and I are getting married today. Here's the exchange from this morning. Me, not making it in today. Got engaged last night. Getting married today. Her, why would you not tell me this last night? Me, because it was late, and I didn't know ahead of time. Her, you knew before now and calling out last minute puts us in situations. Me, no, I knew we were getting this all done soon. Didn't know when. WTF? Texting last night would have made zero difference because they don't assign routes until the morning of. I sent this text at 6 a.m. She doesn't get to the warehouse until 6 to 307 am. In addition, we are supposed to get paid on Fridays. We didn't get paid this last Friday because of the holiday and the boss running out of paper checks. No one was told until people started asking where our checks were. The main boss didn't even have the decency to show her face and tell us herself. We are now getting our checks on Monday. So they can't give us notice that we aren't getting paid when we were supposed to, but I'm supposed to let them know the minute I know I'm not coming into work when it literally makes no difference. Make this make sense. It's really going to hit the fan when they find out I'm leaving at the end of this month for a much better job, and that I've been pregnant since I started 2 months ago and didn't tell them. Maybe if they'd treated me better overall, I'd have given them more of a heads up on everything. Edit for clarification. We have been planning on getting married for a while now. Getting pregnant massively moved the timeline up. We got the rings in earlier this month. I do believe I mentioned it to her a while ago, but I didn't know when exactly, and they never really spent much time getting to know me, so I never volunteered more details. The exact timing of this was as much a surprise to me, but I'm super happy about it. As for why I don't feel guilty, they make every little inconvenience to them a big deal but give literally no care to how work could affect life outside of work. One person that works there was in desperate need of her check. The owner spent 4 days jerking her around knowing she desperately needed it. Would tell her in the morning, "I'll get with you later today." Then when she was called later, "I'm not in town. I took my kids to this really expensive theme park. I'll meet you tomorrow." Another person was buried with work. More than he could really do in a day. He received no help whatsoever. Never even got a thank you that I'm aware of. I had to take a day off a few weeks ago to deal with some car issues. I let them know the evening before. Still got harassed the next day begging me to come in. I told them I absolutely would as soon as my car was done. But it would be a few hours. She never told me whether she got it covered or not. I had to reach out to her 3 times in 2 hours when I had an ADA for being done before getting told. We figured it out. The paycheck issue I mentioned in the main post, there was nearly a mutiny and 2 people refused to work without pay. They got a paycheck. I still have not received mine. But I'm expected to have no hard feelings. Or even any feelings. Other than acceptance. The longest worker has been there a year. The second longest 6 months. I am working 67 days a week with no set days off. When I have given notice for a needed day off, it's not made a difference. If it's even slightly busy, I'll get grief. But if it's not busy, I'm just expected to be available with no care if I'll make enough that week for my bills or not. So, was this my finest moment? No. Do I feel bad about it? Not at all. If she had been decent, I would be bending over backwards to help. But they've shown me who they are. And I believe them. Anyways, thanks for reading. I'm now signing out for the rest of the day. Time for me to get married. Partying face ring. Never. ever give a reason for calling out sick. I will not be in tomorrow and will be using my paid sick time. Fin. Ran out of paper checks is an excuse companies use when they don't have enough money to pay everyone. They're going under. Don't let them take you down with them. I had a company screw up on paychecks once. They used some lame excuse. But because I worked with finance, I knew the real reason. So until I saw the pay in my bank account, I didn't work and I made sure my boss knew why. Don't ever work for free. If this is UPS, this is why I've been blacklisted. I was a temp for the holiday season. I called in one night after an ice storm up in the Buffalo area. I already had an hour drive to the building. I also had the beginnings of my second bout with pneumonia in 3 months of employment there. But I had worked through the last time. When I called in, the supervisor said, "I guess you don't care about your future then." I made it to work. And so can you. I told her thank you for showing me that I don't want to work there if that's how I'd be treated. I chuckled as she started saying more and hung up. That was one of the greatest sleeps I've ever had that night. That sickness kept me from going to one of Steve-O's first comedy shows as well. And that's my biggest regret. I know you're excited about getting married and want to tell everyone, but your boss does not care one bit, and you should have just said you'll be out sick today. Congrats. So you got engaged last night but you're getting married today? Congrats. Have a wonderful wedding day. Today. You don't owe your employer a reason. And their paid manager bucks. TM. To deal with last-minute changes. I think a lot of people are salty about the idea that you called off for reasons other than being sick or injured or someone dying. But you work 67 days a week. I have been in those holiday jobs and this is the way it's done. They work you to death. You're just a replaceable cog in their money-making machine. And the only way to get a day off is to call out. Your coworkers don't care, they do it too. It's only the ones that call off all the time that are a big drag. Enjoy your day and your growing family. Good luck with that better job. If you're not getting paid according to a schedule, you should report them to the Department of Labor. Late with the paychecks, an independent contractor. Check your contract. Any good contract has a late payment penalty for when they want to play stupid pay games like this. Yeah, this is irresponsible. Best of luck with that one. Honestly, it's super rare for someone to propose and then get married the next day. They're still douchebags. But yeah, this is a bit far-fetched to be upset about. Like some have said, don't tell them why you are out, just tell them you are not coming in. Also, if I'm not paid on time, then there is no work being done until the money hits my account. I've read through this thread. Good luck to your kid. They're going to need it. Calling off sick and calling off getting married are completely different things. Getting married isn't going to be considered an acceptable reason. You most likely need to book that off in most places. In my place, I'd have to give a week's notice. Just a tip. If you have a no-fault attendance, where a call-in is a call-in. Just say I'm not going to be there. You don't have to give a reason. I don't think this is an anti-work post. Your employer has some illegal practices with pay. Bad. They don't offer days off. Also bad. You say you are an independent contractor but you aren't. They are telling you that because they probably don't pay taxes on your behalf. This business is questionable at best, illegal at worst. But you are a seasonal worker. Hired to do a specific task for as long as the task is available. Deliver packages for the holidays. You will be working multiple days in a row. And I'm sure you knew that when you were hired. Calling in because you want to get married the next day is irresponsible. I can see your manager's point very clearly. It does put a strain on your fellow employees. To be fair, if I was an employer and someone called in so they could get married the day after their engagement, I would be pissed. If you pass out and are taken to the emergency room, the crew is just as shorthanded as if you called out because the weather is nice and you want to go surfing. If management is in a bind from being shorthanded, then maybe they should look at having the person in charge of hiring bring on more personnel. When companies embrace lean staffing to boost their quarterly bonuses, that behavior should not be rewarded. They are literally demanding that you never take any PTO and donate that time to the company so that their bonuses can be slightly larger. They give you PTO in writing as part of the compensation to entice you to join the company, then immediately demand that you never use it. Why can't you get married on a day off? Literally no reason to call out of work to get married. Plenty of other days you could choose. Seems weird and irresponsible. Would have been much easier if you said I'm not coming in today. If they ask why, say, I'm sick of working. Didn't tell them that part. Live and learn. Don't do this again.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.